moved out here to Texas when I was 7 years old with my father and my younger brother. Picked up a lot of different things by hanging out with my uncles and my father. That's where I learned a lot of my skills as far as electrical and the plumbing and mechanicking. Priceless knowledge at that young age. I'm David Willis. I'm a completions and production consultant. I've been working in the oil field for 40 years. I remember finishing my 11th year of high school. About 12 o'clock at night, my brother-in-law come into my room and woke me up out of a dead sleep and told me I was going to work. Get my clothes together and we headed out. That was my first day of working floors on a drilling rig. I never looked back. Yeah, it's hard to believe that back in 1979, when I first started working on a drilling rig on Worms Corner, that I've advanced to now being a production consultant over multiple rigs. I've come a long way. Towards the end of 2016, I returned to a consulting firm that I had previously signed the non-compete with and signed my second non-compete with this company. I was under the impression that I had to work for this consulting firm exclusively. A friend of mine informed me that Workrise, they had a much lower percentage rate that they took from your day rate. The consulting firm I was working for was taking 3 times the amount that Workrise had offered to take. Workrise also offered medical insurance, so it was just a better deal all the way around. I made the move, got my paperwork filled out, and started working for Workrise, and let the consulting firm that I was working for know that I would no longer need their services. They immediately filed a restraining order to keep me from working for the producer that I was working for. I got a call from one of the management people, and they told me to get my stuff together, and I had to leave the location because I could no longer work for them. It was hurtful to know that I was going to be going home and not be able to provide for my family.
The day that I got the phone call, Dave called and said he was coming home early. He had been let go, and it was really scary feeling. It was uncertain times. I didn't know what was going to happen, and he didn't either. I was a nervous wreck.
After having to leave the job and go home, I realized that I needed to contact an attorney because that was my only source of income. And each day that I missed was going to be bad for me and my family. Ended up getting a call from Workrise, and one of the ladies that called me asked me if I wanted to fight the non-compete, and I told her yes. So they said Workrise would supply me with the attorneys and that they would fight the non-compete because they didn't believe in non-competes in the business that I was in. The representative from Workrise said they were willing to take up the non-compete fight under one condition, that I didn't settle for anything except for a straight victory. It was a tremendous relief knowing that I had somebody that was willing to fight for me. And I'm like, what in the world? They don't really know me. I've been a new customer for a very short time. And for them to step in and take the case and tell me not to worry about anything, it was really a nice thing to be able to call my wife and tell my wife that I didn't have to worry about attorneys or attorney fees, that was all going to be taken care of from Workrise. Kind of shocked her too. The case started in the local county court, and then appeal after appeal went all the way to the Texas Supreme Court. I was notified September 20th of this year that the Texas Supreme Court had ruled in our favor and that the non-compete was no good. We had won. And that was a great feeling, a great feeling. I I never once got a phone call from Workrise saying that I was going to need to stay with them for a certain amount of time, or the pressure was going to be on for any of the money or the cost of fighting the non-compete. My representative that I signed up under, he would call you at least once a week, come out to the location and ask me if everything was going fine, how was I doing, things that I wasn't used to ever getting from the previous consulting firm I was with. It made me a firm believer that Workrise was the company I wanted to stay with. They proved to a guy that didn't deserve anything that they were a really good company.